Alright, so today I'm going to be attempting to create my own version of the Afterlife cube. This puzzle has blank tiles that light up instead of stickers. The tiles only light up when they're on the correct face, which makes solving this puzzle quite a bit more difficult than a standard 3x3. Mvented just launched a campaign to try and get this puzzle mass produced, and you can find links to their Kickstarter in the description. Now, the actual Afterlife Cube prototypes took months of research and development by a team of talented engineers. This is a bunch of stuff that I cobbled together at the last minute. A lot of it I got from the dollar store, and the campaign starts in 8 hours, so I need to get this done quick. My goal is to just have something that even kind of vaguely resembles this puzzle. I'm not expecting a whole lot, but let's see what we can do. As always, this puzzle was printed in Polymaker PLA. Alright, so I started by inserting magnets into the two halves of this core. The core is big and hollow and needs to be opened quite frequently because that is where I'm going to be placing all of the little flashlights which make this puzzle possible. Instead of using screws, I just figured magnets would be a lot more convenient, though it does make the puzzle a bit less stable. Next order of business was to layer a bunch of pieces of aluminum foil into the core. The reason why I wanted to do this is I wanted as much light as possible to be bouncing around and not have it absorbed by the dark black plastic. I originally started working with masking tape, but quickly realized that was a terrible way of securing the aluminum foil, so I ended up going with hot glue. I ended up using hot glue a lot in this project. I've never really used it before, but it really is convenient when you have to put a bunch of stuff together really fast. The core of this puzzle is pretty much just like a jack-o'-lantern, where you have a light source on the inside and it projects through all these little hole patterns which allow the pieces to light up. I then started to glue bits of aluminum foil into each of the individual pieces. The idea here was to allow for a little bit of extra light to bounce around. I also glued a layer of tracing paper onto each piece to kind of create a nice diffuse pattern and sort of mimic the tiles of the actual Afterlife cube. After assembling the puzzle and sticking a bunch of flashlights into the core, this is the result. I gotta say, for something cobbled together at the last minute, this puzzle actually looks pretty cool. It definitely doesn't have like even lighting or anything, and it's actually really cool. The flashlights, like, they bounce around and stuff inside, so the patterns actually shift and are kind of chaotic, which I think looks absolutely beautiful. The camera really does not do this justice. It's a very difficult puzzle to film. You can see that as I make a turn, halfway through the turn, the tiles on the front layer there disappear. And you can see that here everything is aligned, but when I make a turn, the misaligned tiles on the top layer go dark and then get restored once the turn is complete. And of course, I had to attempt to solve this puzzle, and I gotta say it is extremely difficult. Only being able to see a face light up once it's on the right side of the puzzle really makes for a challenging solve. You're really flying blind, poking around, trying to figure out where pieces go. It can take a long time to try and find the correct piece. Now, unfortunately, in the end, I was not actually able to solve this puzzle. I kept getting pretty close and then messing it up. Unfortunately, this version of the puzzle is really impractical. It's giant. It's really difficult to see whether a corner is actually lit up or not. The turning is terrible. The magnetic core actually has a tendency to just kind of pop open at any moment. And it's like, gee shucks, if only there was a more practical version of this puzzle. Oh wait, there is. Links in the description to the Afterlife Cube Kickstarter campaign. Thanks for watching.